Hello, welcome back. So quite recently I did a spicy salmon quiche, but I took out the spice. Today I'm doing something similar, but I did one large, I did a large spicy salmon quiche, but took out the spice. Today I am making a mini. I'm doing mini. Because spicy salmon quiche is quite an unusual one, with their cream cheese pastry and that. It's not a usual quiche. So today I thought I'd go traditional, sort of traditional, but I'll do a cheese and ham quiche, like a quiche Lorraine, a standard quiche that everyone loves. Just in case you weren't a fan of the last one, because it is a bit unusual, I thought I'd go to the classics, go back to classic, make a ham and cheese quiche. But I'll do mini ones rather than large ones. I'm going to do mini ham and cheese quiches. Normally you'd get a large ham and cheese quiche. Today I'm going to go miniature. I'm going to have some mini ham and cheese quiches. So for this, you're going to need some butter. You're going to need some butter, some ham, cheese. I don't have an awful lot of cheese, but I have got cheese. So I'm going to get some scale. If you're wondering what this is, it's got like ingredients on. And we need some scale because, so we're going to make chocolate pastry. In a sense it's just butter and flour with fat rubbed in to it. I made myself a little snack as well. Oh, I am thinking, I am potentially going to be doing a Christmas mukbang, doing like Christmassy questions and while eating Christmas food, or just food in general really. But last video I filmed, that ultimate strawberry milkshake, which I loved, and I drank it all straight away. I realised the camera wasn't straight, so I need to make sure it's straight today. So the amount of butter you need, this is a normal short crust recipe, whereas last time it was a cream cheese one because it's salmon. So we're doing 125 butter, it's plain flour if you're wondering. You do need baking beans or rice or something as well, and I've got them. But I need to put them away again, I don't know where I put them. Which is problematic. Because I got them out recently to do obviously salmon quiche one. I think they've gone back to the back. I can't read the flour, give me a sec. I feel like, I don't know. I'll have to find the baking beans later on. I think they've gone back to the back. 250 flour. And this is plain flour. For pastry you use plain flour. And you simply want to get one hand in and you want to basically rub the fat into your flour. You want to kind of squeeze your fat into your pastry because theoretically it should pretty much combine. So if you are going to need water, But the more you squeeze the butter, you should only need a couple of like 1 spoon of this. Tablespoon or 2, but if you need a lot more than that, then you haven't rubbed your flour in enough. Like your butter, like squeezed it in enough. So I'm gonna get the stuff off my hand. We're gonna move the scales because we don't need scales anymore. We're gonna squeeze. And now I'm gonna go and get a few drops of water in this. Literally drops. Literally, it should combine. Like, if you don't want it too wet, you don't particularly want to be adding loads and loads and loads and loads of water. But you do want it to combine, so maybe not a couple of drops or a spoon. That's all you should need if your measurements are weighed out correctly. You need to make sure you've got a lightly dusted worktop before you get any of this flour on. You want to flat your flour out, spread your flour out, but get your pastry onto it and work it to the flour. You don't want to really, once you've floured your surface, you don't particularly want to have to add more flour. Now your pastry is made, you're going to stick it in the, well, depends how long you've got the time. If you've got time, half an hour in the fridge. If not, then like 10 minutes in the freezer. And in that 10 minutes or half an hour, you need to find a tin. So it's a bit like a pudding mould, like muffin tin sort of thing you want. Or if you're doing a large one, you can just do a quiche, get your quiche thing out. You don't need to make your filling if you need to blind bake your pastry first. But I'm going to blind bake that pastry. Now this cling film does my head in. It never comes off. You can stick it in a bowl if you wish, but you don't have to. You can just literally this cling film's too made in. It's like this all the time. Like permanently stuck. I might get some foil, but you should do it in cling film. But I'm going to do it in foil because I can't get any cling film out. And you can have these as baked beans, you can have it with ketchup, you can have it with some veggies, you can have it part of your main meal. So I'm gonna, you want it to toughen up. So if you've got cling film that actually unravels, then use simple. This is going to go in the freezer for 10 minutes and then I'm going to come back with my tin ready. You need to butter your tin. You need your bacon, beans or rice. And we'll continue in 10 minutes. Tin is greased. So what you need to do is you need to preheat your oven to 180 degrees. Got my bacon, beans, but rice is just as good. And whilst it's blind baking, you make the filling. So we're not going to pause this recording for a bit. You need to flour your rolling pin. You need to flour your rolling pin. I can only have a lot of rolling pin, but it's vanished. I think I set that in the last. No, mine's a bit too hard. So if you've got a little flouring table, roll your rolling pin in the flour. I'm just going to roll. You want it thick, but not too thick. And I've done 8 out of the 12 moulds in my tin, just because I might not get all 12. But the last time we did moulds on my channel. We did mince pies and we did like little things. And you needed some leftover pastry. You needed leftovers for the stars on the top, but this time you use all your pastry, none left. Or if you're making one large one, roll it as thin as possible. If you don't want it too thin, you do a little one. This pastry is like really good, like really like good chilled and really like good pastry, good pastry. So I'm gonna get a circle cutter, and that's the same size as that. But you're going to put it in and you're going to stretch it so it reaches all the corners. And we're going to fork the edges. I think I might get more than 8 out of this, but it depends how much. So I would perhaps go one bigger than your cutter, just so you have enough left. I'm gonna get a knife and go around myself. So it's a tad bigger than the circle. But you don't want any of the edges to crack. I think they might be on this tad thick side, but it is much better to get it thicker than thin. Last thing you want is it to spill out because it's too thin. And when you make your grease proof to go in it, you need to make sure it's like double the size of the actual hole, so then you can actually lift out your beads or your rice after. You want to kind of push your pastry in a bit. So you don't want to be re-rolling your pastry so many times. You only want to be re-rolling it. Don't really want to be re-rolling it. That many times. So make sure you've got more flour on your rolling pin. I think once you've rolled it out 2 or 3 times, that'll have to be the limit. It won't work. This pastry is actually so good consistency. It's not stuck. Normally the pastry just sticks to the table. This just doesn't stick. This is perfect pastry and well chilled. So this is still way too thick, so I've got to thin it out a bit. But the whole process is to get you could always try a technique and make it into a ball and just push the ball in. Let me just mould this back together because I cut a circle out of it. You could always do a technique of flattening it out in there. Oh, that's no, maybe not that. But what I'm trying to say is I'm going to try and make 8. Whether I get 8 out of this, I probably will. If they are a bit thick like some of mine are, I'm going to give it a little roll. A knife's probably the best. I think the first few I did were too thin. So we'll see which thickness works the best. Let's try and get one more out of this. Definitely, I knew it wouldn't make 12. Just how many it will make is the question. And then if you've got any excess up there, if you have a bit of excess now, it's not the end of the world. I'm going to have to redo one of them. You do want it slightly thick and slightly thin, because nothing worse than really thin pastry and it's all soggy because you can't handle the amount of liquid in that pastry. You can always smoothen the edges off later, so it doesn't matter if it's all hanging over. So what you do now is you get these, and you need them extra big. And then you want to just lift and put into the, you want to lift. You just want to lift and put straight into the mould. You need extra big ones. I made quite a few, but each one you want to have extra. You want to be able to lift down, put it straight back in. It's got to be the depth of your bottom. The oven should have been heated up by now. And these should, because they're only miniature ones, could probably fully blind bake in about 10 minutes, which is plenty of time. Which is enough time to make your, which is perfect amount of time to make the filling. We're going to do. So you want to get a handful of beads. You want enough to weight it down. Obviously you need rice, you're going to need twice as many because rice is as heavy. You also can't overfill them. So I've used about half of that. So now they're going to go in the oven for, I would say, 10 minutes. Maybe less. And then they go back in for about 20. So any leftover pastry you can just get rid of. And now we're going to do a 3-egg mix. Now I'm scared I don't have any egg. I don't have egg. So in your jug, I'm going to do it all in a jug. We're going to put 3 whole eggs into a jug and proper whisk them up. With a, yeah, we're going to fork the edge of the pastry, but after, I know I mentioned it. 3 eggs might be a tad too much, but 2 eggs may not be enough. So it's better to have 2 much. It's better to have too much filling and not enough. Because I reckon if we only had 2 eggs, it wouldn't be enough. Bit of salt, bit of pepper. I might actually use bit of salt, a bit of pepper for flavour. We need to flavour your stuff, and then we're gonna. I'm going to put that pastry the eggshells, the foil, all in the bin and give my hands a thorough wash. I'm going to brush all excess flour to one side. Move everything across because you need to keep tidy to some extent. Don't need that recipe thing that I had anymore. It's the amount of flour. I'm not fully tidying the table because obviously I'm filming. But I'm just giving it a little wipe. Put all the excess flour to one side. But we need a space to do the filling. We're going well simple. We're literally going basic quiche. Because one that everyone likes. I feel like last time was a bit too fancy. So if we get a proper basic here, then there should be no complaints, nothing. And everyone should enjoy this. Should be something that everyone can do. So, I like something that most people will like. So we'll get a board. We're going to chop some ham. I think we're going to quickly put butter in the fridge. We're going to chop some ham. Now because we're doing mini quiches, not large quiches, they're gonna have to be extra. They're gonna have to be really small. So with your ham, you're gonna do like little slices. And then you get your slices. Obviously, if you've got a bigger quiche, it won't matter as much. But a little quiche, it does matter. I'm just using basic ham from Sainsbury's. I'm going to put the chopped ham into here. We're going to give it a little mix. And now we're going to put a handful of cheese in. You can never have too much cheese. And then we're going to take the pastry out. You're not supposed to be proper baking it. That's everyone's problem. They over bake it at this stage. If it's over baked, it will be like burnt by the time. Then so you lift out your thing. This is where your handles come in. One of them shriveled in. One of them has like shriveled. And I don't know if we're going to be able to use it. That one's shriveled in, so I might have to... And it's stuck, which shouldn't help. I only dropped one, so we did. Oh no, I dropped It's hot on my fingers. And now we're going to fill them with this. We're going to, not too high because obviously I'm whipping. We have got filling left, but now what you're going to do with your fork, you're going to go around the edge with your fork and make like fork dents. Careful, the tray will be hot. I think I've ever filled quite a lot of these anyway. So these are now going to go in for 20 minutes, and I'll catch up with you in 20 minutes, and all there should be are these mini quiche, and the rest of the surface completely tidy. So I'll catch up with you in 20 minutes. They're out and they look incredible. They are something that I'm going to love. They came out a lot easier than mince pies did. But anyway, they came out a lot. They were much better than mince pies. Mince pies were a struggle to get out, I'm not gonna lie. I had the spatula and knife and literally just went around the edge with this and just picked it out. So, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 125 grams butter, 250 flour, plain flour, 2 drops of water, and you make 8 mini quiches. Maybe you could have got 9 or 10 if the pastry was a little thinner. But what you don't want is the pastry to be too thin. With all the liquid. With all, it's got to hold all the liquid, so it can't be too thin. So that's why I went on the thicker side. These are taste phenomenal. A bit hot. I'm a fan. All I can say is I'm a fan. Just pretty much mod home. This is going to get a 9 out of 10. That good. And I score pretty well on this channel, but I don't score 9s. They are insane. Anyway, do hope that if you do, give you a massive thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I'll see you tomorrow with the next day of Vlogmas. Thank you and goodbye.